reinstating his place among the league's best with 6 picks this season. It's the Commanders and the Steelers on Sunday Night Primetime.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Taking in at the 3. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. There we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Looking to throw again on second down. Pickett. This one can... Another 7 yards there at a first down. Now a give, running left is Harris. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. The tackle by Cole Holcomb. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's Pickett. A throw left side, caught by the tight end Freiermuth. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 20 carries, 107 yards.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff, because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Back to throw, Pickett. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And the Steelers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the 1st down carry. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Pickett. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Miller. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he'll take this down to the 33. This defense for the Commanders, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an effort.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Pickett and the Steelers in need of a big play here. 3rd and long after the sack. They'll set up to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Montez Sweat drops him again for the 2nd straight play, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Presley Harvin now. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2.
And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Throwing on 1st down, but this one lines up to be incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Gibson here running out of the gun.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Howell down to throw it.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Johnson.
And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. No score after 1 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On 1st down, Howell.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Back to the ground with Gibson.
And down inside the 40 to about the 38.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Howell trying to pick it up on 3rd.
And he finds McLaurin. And they move this all the way down to the 9. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards.
So 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. And Howell will throw it. Touchdown, Washington. Jahan Dotson with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Commanders post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. An extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a 1st down.
They run the play fake. Here's Pickett.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Harris running straight ahead.
And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. That gets back some of what they needed, but they're still stuck here with a 3rd and 13.
Pickett. He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
They hand this off to Harris, and he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, second down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Pickett will look to throw it here. And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Dance, and the pressure gets to him again.
Montez Sweat make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game. On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So here is Washington now to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the this ball game as well. Powell to the air on 1st and 10. Complete, it's Dotson. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. From the 44, Howell, he sets to fire deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun on 3rd down, Howell. Complete. It's Johnson. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. A give up the middle to Gibson. And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 28. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. The play fake, and now here's how to throw it. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he's going to have a Commanders first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. Howell throwing on first down here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But it looked like Washington got it back, and indeed they did. It remains Commanders football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
They'll go play action. Howell. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
The kick by Bass is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
But what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
Taken at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Pickett. Forced, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Pickett and the Steelers in need of a big play here. 3rd and long after the sack. On the give, this is Harris. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 1st and 10, here's Pickett. That's swung out wide to Harris.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. Over the middle, complete. It's Miller. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Yeah, no question. He got to the QB late, CD, and that's going to get a flag every time.
Every single time. Because let's face it, the league is always going to have an emphasis on these calls. They want to take care of these quarterbacks who are in vulnerable positions when they're passing the football.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down the coast past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the third quarter. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what do we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game. And
got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 48 yards. And the Commanders come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. An extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is now 17-3. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge, an opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. A third down now. Those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to fourth down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's third down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
And taken right on the 30. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give him 9, though, on the return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
He's got a man, complete. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Howell to throw on 2nd down. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. Howell throwing on 3rd down here. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. Going for it on 4th. Here's Howell. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. From 3 yards out. And the Commanders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Steelers' offense now, they head back onto the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now Pickett. It's brought in by Harris. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Harris. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. They'll run again with Harris. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 53 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Pickett to throw on first down. And this one too low.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
On 2nd and 10. Pickett. It's caught at the 10. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 34. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. This is Harris. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Do you think after that last run they're thinking to themselves, we had to wait all day to play this night game, and we're still not able to run the ball the way we want to?
Yeah, this defense, they've risen to the challenge all evening long. Mike, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. A huge win defensively there on the sack, setting them back 12 yards. And now 3rd and goal. Pick it now, 3rd and goal. And it'll be intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about...
Back now at FedEx Field. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root.
And the most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild, and at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. 4th quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. To the air on first down with Pickett. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Chase Young able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. Throwing on second and long. Pickett. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Third and long for Pickett. That's complete to his tight end Freiermuth. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Pickett, fourth down, desperation time. Pass complete, George Pickens with it. And he is going to have the Steelers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35. Pickett now on first down. Setting up the screen, Harris. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. Pickett, he'll look to throw it. Finding Harris on back-to-back plays. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Pickett.
Escaping the pressure right.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, that frustration, Charles, it's been building on the defensive side of the ball, and unfortunately there, it turns into a roughing the passer penalty.
Yeah, and they should be frustrated because he's picked them apart the entire game, but it's got to come out in a different way. You can't hit him illegally. Stop him downfield the way you're supposed to.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
Looking to throw, Pickett. Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. This likely a must-have. 3rd and goal. Back to throw, Pickett. Open man is Johnson. Touchdown Steelers. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Steelers are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12.
And this is going to be covered up by Washington.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
On first down, right back to Gibson. And he'll be marked down at the 26. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Powell out of the shotgun. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
They'll throw on first down. Here's Howell. And yet again, it's McLaurin. Touchdown! Terry McLaurin with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Commanders add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that will make this a 19-point game. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back, because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
Flush to his right. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. To throw again on 2nd down. Pickett, he's got his tight end Freiermuth right side. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Now, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Going for it on 4th down. Here's Pickett. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and Washington will take control of the football in great field position. Straight ahead, Gibson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They'll go again with Gibson. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Powell throwing on 3rd down here. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front, the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42.
One final shot for Pickett.
And the catch made by Johnson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Commanders, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Chicago Bears next week. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, their luck may have run out as they fall to 4-7 now in the year. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Baltimore Ravens come to town.